Hey YouTube, how's it going? Super Shadow here, aka Pastor J. Now, if you clicked on this video, you already know what this video is going to be. If you see this chart right here over next to me, you guys have some idea of this. But the reason why I'm doing this is because in the last 3 years that I've been streaming over at twitch.tv/supershadow, I've had a number of people ask me all the time, as more and more Christians have joined online streaming, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. People ask me all the time, who do you watch? Who is your favorite Christian streamer that streams, that I enjoy spending time with, that I enjoy watching? And so I've avoided the question for the last 3 years, and finally, with all this time I had on my hands, I thought it was time to finally address it. Now, one of the reasons why I've been avoiding it so much is because when it comes to rankings or ratings, I feel like, for whatever reason, when people are in similar categories or in similar niches, people tend to like the competition or see what drama there is between any of these people. And the reality is, I love all of these guys. This is more a video for us to kind of have to be able to know who you really should be checking out. One of the issues that I always have with this, though, is that you never quite know what the premise is. Like, what are you rating these people off of? What are you judging them on? Who's the more Christian-y of them all, or whatever? And so I brought it down to 21 Christian streamers that I personally enjoy. But the way I'm going to be ranking them today isn't by how many watch hours I have on them, isn't by how great their content is, or even how consistent they are, but on this one simple premise, and that is, which one of them would survive on a desert island with me the longest? Now, I'm a handful, and so none of these guys would probably want to do that to begin with, but I'm going to rank them on how well I think I could survive with this person on a desert island. So with that, let's jump right in to the ranking. This is his logo right here. All of these guys I'll have linked down in the description down below. Please go and check them out. But starting with the Calvinists, or Shadeless. Now, this guy can dance like no other. If you are late up one night on Twitch and you have nothing else to watch, nothing else going on, have a little bit of free time, go and check this guy out. He's super awesome, but I think he has a couple of small children. He talks about them all the time. He loves his kid. Calvinist is an awesome dad. And so because of that, I don't know how well he'd be able to do without them long term before he would break. I would like to think he's a pretty strong-minded person. And so I'm going to put Calvinist, starting him off, I'm going to put him in a B, all right? I'm putting him in the B section. He's not an S, he's not an A, but the Calvinist is a B. And so that's where we're going to leave the Calvinist right there as a B. Calvinist, if you're watching this, hopefully you're happy with the ranking. I don't know. I don't want anyone to be mad at me, but we're just going to keep going here with it. Now, when it comes to Father Ironheart, this guy is a beast. He's one of our co-hosts for Pastors After Dark. More on that in the description down below. He's one of my co-hosts, a fellow pastor, and I think he's been through the ringer a bit here with his story. If you ever get an opportunity to ask him about his testimony, please go and do. I thought he was actually Catholic when I first met him because of the name Father Ironheart, but he's not. He's another family-friendly Christian content creator. And so check this guy out. He is awesome. And so if I were to give him a ranking, wouldn't put him in the S category. Wouldn't put him because I wouldn't put him in the S. Don't think I'd put him in the A. I don't think I'd put him down in the F either. If I really were to give this guy one, I wouldn't put him. Man, he can't dance like the Calvinist can, but I do think that he would be someone I could trust, someone I could rely on. Father Ironheart as a friend has just been somebody who I've seen in and through ministry. It's been someone who is dependable and rely on, and because of that, I will also put him in the B section here. Now, Reformed Jedi is a Jedi that literally plays video games. Whatever you think of, however awesome you think that may be, is all true in this guy's stream. Super cool guy. He plays a lot of FPS games and shooters. And so when it comes to the chances of me and him surviving on a desert island, come on, guys. It's a Jedi. He literally embodies a Jedi. I've yet to see his stream where he isn't embodying a Jedi. And so I have to believe that he really has Jedi mind powers, and he'd be able to do a lot of things that just, frankly, I wouldn't be able to, and most other these people wouldn't be able to do. And so because of that, Reformed Jedi, you get the first S ranking. Let's go. Here you go. Boom. Set in stone, can never be redone. You are the first S rank Christian streamer on this list. Congratulations, my friend. Guys, go check him out down below in the description. Moving on, our next is another personal favorite of mine, a personal close friend, and that's Ferris Storm. This guy is a beast. This guy has some wisdom to drop on anyone who has a moment to check in with him and listen. I'm super glad that in this last year I've gotten to know him. He's one of my new favorites that's been around recently, And so I can't say too many other good things about this guy. He's a fellow co-host on our Pastors After Dark show. And so when it comes to surviving, this guy's a dad. He, I think, has a grip on the world. And so I think he's someone I feel like I could really trust. So Ferris, we're going to put you, my friend, down here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put you in the F. I think Ferris, I can't think of a reason why. I don't see him breaking after a short period of time. I've known him and just to see him and get to know him this last year. Really think that this guy could tackle a lot and handle a lot of things. So Ferris, we're going to put you in the A category. Congratulations, Ferris Storm, make it into the A. This guy streams on Mixer. For those of you who want to go check him out. Now this guy, the reason why I would put him down here is because, as we all like to joke about Kennethan, he was like Jesus's primary school teacher. Kennethan is just a well-aged streamer. We'll just say that. But the reason why I won't put him that low in the F section is because this man is an engineer. He does know some things when it comes to building airplanes. So I believe that with his ingenuity, that we'd be able to build something to potentially get off the island and live. That is, if you know, like, we live long enough for that to happen, and if we don't strangle each other. So Kennethan, I can't put you in the S category. I can't put you in the A. I can't put you in the B. And so, Ken, I love you. I think you're an awesome guy. He's a great streamer. He streams. If you guys enjoy RPGs or anything like that, make sure to check out Kennethan. But Ken, I think we'd have to put you in the, oh man, it's so hard. A C or D, C or D, C or D. I'm going to put Kennethan in the C section. Ken, you got some good traits on you. I think you're a survivor. I think C is still passing, right? C isn't we failed and fell on our faces and died. I think Ken is resourceful. I think, boom, Ken, you are a C, a solid C in my book, but an A streamer in my heart. So guys, go check out Kennethan. If you enjoy RPGs, if you enjoy just having good conversations, and heck, maybe he'll even do a chair spin for you. Tell him Super Shadow sent you. Dr. Heels, this is someone I knew from our YouTube group days, and someone who is now kind of joined on the streaming side of things. He streams a lot of Realm Royale. Awesome guy. He also does a lot of video editing. He does the video editing for our GMA ministry here, and for some of our videos, and he also does some of our graphics. So this guy is very intuitive, very smart guy here. Similar to Calvinist, has the rocking the beard, Castaway beard here. So that's an automatic bump up from an F for him. And so that puts him at the very least into the E category. But Dr. Heels, I would have to think that this guy, smart dude, fellow pastor, co-host in Pastors After Dark with me, and Father Reinhardt and Ferris. And so I think on that alone, I could put him up top. I wouldn't put him in the S category. He's not a Jedi. I think he has as much wisdom to give as Ferris Storm here. But I might have to put him in the B category here. Just because I don't know what survivor skills he'd be bringing. Now, he might have a million of them. I just don't know about them yet. But I haven't seen them displayed. And so because of that, you know what? But, man, this is hard. I can't decide to put him in the A or the B category here. I'm going to put him in the B category, which is still a solid thing here. I'm going to have to start putting some people down in the D, E, and F, and it's not going to get easier. But for right now, Dr. Heels, he is in the B category. Guys, go make sure to check him out if you enjoy Realm Royale or just want to learn how to do better video graphics and edits and things like that. But this guy's super cool. I knew I would have a great time on an island, even if we never got off with Dr. Heels. This guy's super cool. He's someone who I feel like I enjoy hanging out in a stream and just talking with him because he's just like someone who I'd hang out with in my everyday real life world. And so because of that, I feel like we'd have a pretty good success rate to live. But reminder, he is newly married. So if at this very moment, the recording of this video, if we were to go on a desert island, I don't know if that new honeymoon phase of his life would be the drive that would get us off that island and would push him up to S rank category, that he would do whatever it takes to get off that island and get home, or if he would be devastated and heartbroken and we would fail in an instant. But Jono's definitely a great guy, and I like him a lot, and I think we do pretty good together. So, oh man, Jono, only because I can only assume that you would be missing your beautiful bride so much that it would be too much to bear. I have to put Jono in the D category. Still love you. I still think we'd make it out, but it would be a little rough. I think we'd have to get past those initial days of heartbreak, knowing that you'd be away from your spouse and potentially never see her again. And so, Jono, I'm putting you in the D category, but that doesn't mean you're not an A-list streamer in our hearts. So, guys, go check out Jono if you enjoy any of those things I just said. He's an awesome family-friendly content creator. Moving on is someone who, one of my first ever guests that I had on any show I did early on. It was still like in my first year and a half of streaming, was Crimson Conqueror. Now, this guy has a crazy cool testimony. I mean, all these guys have great testimonies, but this guy has a really, really interesting one. He did stand-up comedy, and so I think there's that entertainment factor alone that would help me and Crimson be able to get by at least past the initial days of just trying to survive. I would think that for a while we'd be okay. We'd be on the island. He could probably do some ventriloquism with like some leaves or a log or something. But after a while, I'm not sure whether there's skills. No, okay, knowing this, guys, this whole ranking system, I bring nothing to the table. So when I'm judging them, it's literally like who would carry me off the island and help me to live. And so because I don't know of any, he's not a Jedi, clearly, and because I don't know of any specific skills beyond the ventriloquism with Crimson, you are going to have to be our first F. Oh, I'm sorry, Crimson. I still love you. I think we would enjoy our time. I just don't see you and me ever getting off the island. But I think it's okay because I think you'd be pretty entertained. You'd entertain us pretty well, even though we'd probably have our impending doom on that island. But yeah, Josh, I'm sorry. Guys, please go show him some love and give him some rips in the chat for this video because of that. And so our first F has been decided here. Our next person on the list is Mr. Potato. Now, this guy is awesome. Don't let his name fool you. He is no potato. This guy used to play competitive Call of Duty, and so he is all about that Call of Duty life, as well as Sea of Thieves. He is a die-hard fan. He enjoys that game so much. So if that's what you're into, go and check him out. The links are down below. And so he works at a church. He is a sound engineer and super cool guy. Love him. He's one of our co-hosts for our Friday morning shows that we stream on my channel. And so I think he has a lot of good qualities to him. He has some ingenuity to him. I think our minds think alike. We are very similar, and he's someone who I think I could just spend a lot of time with and hang out with. I mean, pretty much all these guys I would too. But when it comes to how well we would survive together. Now, this guy's originally from California, has a wife from Texas. I have more faith in his wife actually coming and finding us. I think that's Matt's biggest superpower. I think she's from Texas, and so I think she would like be the one to come and save us as we, helplessly sat on the island. And so because of that, I'm not going to put him in the failing category here, but because of who his spouse is, I will put us in the D category and think that there is a pretty good chance that his wife would come and find us. And so because of that, Mr. Potato, you are now in the D category. Let's go, guys. Go show him some love. Next person on the list is someone I just found recently, but he's awesome. And so you guys know on my channel, I love, my main game is Destiny. And so it's kind of hard sometimes to find other really good competitive players that stream Destiny, that are Christians, that have the same value as me, that want to help people go flawless and do all these things regularly, but have a great attitude about it. And this guy is awesome. And so I only found him just a few weeks ago. I've been getting to know him, talking to him, but Cross is a awesome guy who streams Destiny, loves doing trials carries just like me. And so I'm just happy to have another pastor in the Destiny community that I could share the space with. He's also on PlayStation, so we can play together. So all that to say, awesome guy. If you enjoy Destiny, if you enjoy my content, please go and check this guy out. Super cool dude. And so Cross, let's see, where would I put him on the list? Has a pretty cool accent. I think he has a pretty good chance. Not knowing a ton, I've heard a little bit of his testimony, a little bit of his story. So I can't put him, I don't think, in the top 3 categories. Because I don't know too much, I have to put him there. So Cross, you are our first E. Congratulations. Next on the list is Retro Rewind Podcast, RRP for short. This guy's been super awesome, super loving, caring dude, supportive of the channel, classic video games. This guy goes back and digs out all of the classics and replays them now for a new modern audience. He's introduced a ton of people to classic games like Final Fantasy that some people don't even really know about anymore. And so that's why I watch his channel and hang out with him. Now, when it comes to survival, Where would I put him on the list? I'm going to put him at about the same. Oh, man. It's hard to say. Where do I put him? Where do I put him? Let's go. See, I feel like Retro. I don't know why. I don't know this for sure. In my gut, I feel like he'd have something. There'd be this beast that comes out of him that would just, that primal instinct to just want to stay alive, that I'd have to bump him up to the very least to see. Next on the list is someone who I get often mistaken for sometimes. I don't know. I don't see any resemblance between the two of us. Not at all. Like, not at all. Where do you guys see? Look at that face. Now look at this face. Look at that face. Look at there's no some. I mean, he's wearing a black shirt. And besides, he has a way cooler accent than me. If you guys don't know who this is Pastor Scar. Just recently got partnered over on Twitch. So you guys could go over and tell him congratulations. His link will be down in the description below. This guy is such a hype man. I feel like he could hype, be like a shoutcaster for paint drying on a wall, and I would want to watch like the next 6 hours of it because he's just so infectiously like positive and enthusiastic and just an all-around great guy. I say this all in positive ways, and so I feel like even if I didn't know what I was doing and I had to take the lead on building anything, whether I was making real progress or not, his hype and his shoutcasting and his ability to just be positive and encouraging and I don't even know what else what other words or adjectives I could use, but just like his hypeness would just make me feel like I'm making some great progress even if I'm not. Also, he's from Australia, so I feel like the guy practically lives a life that is on a desert island. Like, so because of that, because of the accent, because of his infectious hyperactiveness and positivity, I'm going to have to put him in the S rank as well. Mainly because of the fact that he practically lives on an island now and could probably teach me a thing or two about surviving on a desert island. That's pretty much what Australia is, right? Just one big island with a bunch of stuff that wants to kill you. Is He TV? This guy's been blowing up on Twitter. He like gets mentioned and shouted out by like everyone and anyone. More than likely, if there's anyone you might know on this list already, if you're from Twitter, it's probably this guy because he's all over the place with Mob and 100 Thieves and a bunch of different guys. This guy enjoys a ton of Fortnite as well as G Fuel. I mean, check out his room as well as I think his first love aside from his new baby. Congratulations, by the way, Hee on your baby, and Mrs. Hee on your baby. Besides his wife and his daughter, I think his next greatest love would be RGB. Now, I couldn't guarantee this if we were stuck on a stranded island, a deserted island together, but I'm pretty sure he would find some way to get RGB all over the place in whatever little hut or shed we could build. I know this guy would deck it out and just has the decorative skills of a madman. And so because of that and that gifting that he has there, I have to put him, I don't think we'd fail for sure. But I'm not too confident beyond home decoration how well the two of us would survive. Again, knowing that I bring nothing to the table in this scenario, that would mean I'd have to put him... Oh, man. I think in the D list here. If you guys want to see a sweet setup that has been used, no joke, on like Instagram to promote like cable management and RGB lighting, like this dude is the epitome of it. He has a sweet setup. So go and check him out. His description and link is down below. I feel like if there was like any type of wildlife that was on there, I feel like these two would alone, they wouldn't even need my help. They would just be able to protect us from like wolves or bears or whatever was found on this island. I feel like these guys could probably catch fish with their bare hands. They wouldn't even need spears. I feel like Fred would be able to find us a ton of stuff. I feel like if you ask Fred, he's probably lived through a desert island before. And so because of that, I'm going to put these guys in the A rank category. Congratulations, Fire Resistant Podcast. If you guys enjoy, have questions about Christianity or anything like that, these guys are open to just talk most nights. Because of the quarantine, I'm sure they're not doing things together right now, but I know they're still streaming regularly. So go and check them out. Their link will be down in the description below. All right, next, the first and only girl on this list is one of my favorite coolest streamers, and that is Soda Crafter. Now, Noelle is super cool, super creative. You'll find her in the creative directory all the time. Most people in the creative directory knows who she is. She's been blowing up recently. She makes these awesome things. Look at this. Like, she makes these things. She made these for me. She is just so handy, so crafty. And so because of that, like, how can I not put her? Like, I feel like she would be able to craft out of whatever random material. I mean, like, look at the details on these things. And so because of that, I feel like Noelle would be able to build a boat, do anything. And I firmly believe that. And so because of that, I'm putting Noelle in the S rank category. Congratulations, Noelle. Now, the next person on this list is Pastor Dustin. Super solid guy. And honestly, probably one of my favorite Christian streamers that I'm proud to say and walk along doing life with here digitally with him. Super solid guy. He does this thing called the Blessing Bank, where he saves up all the donations from the month, and then he goes and blesses somebody within a directory and in a community with it. If we were to say how well me and him would survive on an island, I have to believe that because he's from Texas, that he'd probably have some skill set that I don't have, but I don't know where we'd be. But I don't know if we'd make it off together. I would think that we would, man. So I don't think we'd put him in the bottom. I wouldn't put him in the F section. You know, Deucin, I would trust him with, like, I would never have to question if he's like stealing food from me or if he's like taking anything from me, or holding out for me. I think Deucin's like one of the most trustworthy people I could say there is. And so because of that, I'm gonna put him in the A category here. Moving on, we have Bad Guy from Aladdin. You would have to be our second F. Guys, he may be an F on the how we do if we would survive together, but he is an A in our hearts. Please go and check him out if you enjoy MMORPGs. And this guy streams late into the midnight hours, so please go and check him out. Yeah, Eagle Garrett, let's see here. Because he's an Eagle Scout, I feel like we wouldn't fail for sure. He definitely wouldn't be in the E section. Man, where would I put him? Where would I put him? Where would I put him? I think if I had to choose, I do think we'd make it out alive pretty well. I'm hoping. I don't know how much he's retained from his time in the Eagle Scouts, so because of that, I'm gonna put him. You know what? I'm gonna put him in the S section. I'm trusting that he knows what he's doing. That he paid attention. He earned those scout badges pretty well. Because of that, Eagle Garrett, you are number 4 in the S list. Congratulations, my friend. On the platform, even longer than I have as a pastor, this is Susie Live is now his name. It used to be Pastor Susie. And so just recently been getting into Destiny, and so I've had a lot of fun getting to help him gear up and level up again. I'm just happy to have other pastors in the same directory as me. Really enjoyed getting to connect with him at TwitchCon last year. We hung out. We had some meals together. We sat in a couple different lines together. Super solid guy. How about this? Can I just do this and put Susie? How about that? I think that... Does that work? Can I just say Susie falls somewhere between the A and the D category here? Yeah, I would think we'd make it out. Honestly, I do. I think Matt is a very resourceful person. He just has that personality where, like, he's smart with, like, his decisions and what he does, and and last but not certainly least, we have one of my favorite people, Till Truth. Super awesome guy. He streams a ton of Fortnite, and he also loves Eternal. It's a TCG for those of you who don't know what that is. And for those of you that don't know, I grew up loving playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon all the time, TCGs, collecting the cards. I have a ton of them in and throughout my closet over here. And so the guy's super smart, especially when it comes to like relationships. Like, I feel like Truth, if we were stuck on a deserted island, would totally be able to get in communications with someone and convince them and just make such a great impression on them that he would convince them to come and save us. And so because of those skills, I took a minute, thought about it, and knew that I had to put Till Truth right in the B slot. And so that is our last one. So that's it, everybody. That's the ranking right here. These are the people that you should totally check out. 22 Christian, family-friendly streamers, all in totally different categories and doing different things. So make sure to check all of them out. Like I said, description is down below. Now, if you guys want to talk about some of these live and interact with us, or maybe get a personalized send and direction of where you should hang out, I stream every single day at 10 a.m. over at twitch.tv/supershadow, streaming there. So if you guys want to, you can come talk to me then. Maybe you know some of these guys better than I do, and maybe you have some ideas and you think some of the S's should be lower, maybe the F should be higher. Let me know down in the comment section below if you agree with this list, if you disagree with it, and maybe, I know this isn't every Christian streamer out there, so maybe you know some that I totally missed, and maybe we have to do a part 2. put their name, tag them down below, share this video with them. And if this video gets, let's say, 25 likes, we'll do a part 2 maybe with some of the suggestions that you guys have. If you guys enjoyed the content here, please make sure to hit that subscription button. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and your sub would be super helpful. We try to come out with videos now every other day. I'm making more and more as we're stuck indoors. We're going to be doing our Why series here. Why do Christians believe what we believe? And also our Real Truth, Real Fast series will be coming back. So thank you guys again so much. If you guys want to check out some of these other videos, that would be awesome. But until next time, guys, know that you are valued and loved.